Welcome everybody, Maxwell here with another World of Tanks replay, and this one was sent in by the user Konana. That is Konana, and he's driving the STA-1 on a standard battle on Himmelsdorf. And this obviously is a tier 8 medium tank, and this is a tier 10 battle, so if you've ever been wanting tips on how to handle a tier 8 medium tank, or really any tier 8 tank in a tier 10 battle, then watch and take note, as Konana is going to do it expertly here without relying on the old tactic of let's just spam all of the gold and that will allow us to do some damage. No. As you can see, Konana only got 5 premium shells in his loadout there, so he's going to do this one with good old-fashioned knowing where weak spots are and shooting people in the right places at the right times. So straight away used the speed and agility of his medium tank to get to an advanced position. He did have a really nice crack shot at a Rheinmetall earlier, trying to help out his friend in the AMX-30 here, but it looks like he's only going to be able to land one hit, and that Type 61 gets away with it. Not really sure if that was a good trade, a tier 9 medium there for the Rheinmetall and a bit of damage on the Type 61. Well, the AMX-30 kind of felt that it was worth it, and you can see Konana trying to retake the high ground here. Going to try and get a shot on this Type 61. Gets a beautiful one there to eliminate him and then falls back after being spotted. Obviously, especially in a tier 10 battle when people are able to do so much damage with a single shot, you don't really want to crest in the same place over and over again. Probably use it 2, possibly 3 at the most, but that's all you want to do. Just keeping an eye on that right hand side on the IS-7. But he knows that there is that T-49. Sorry, not the T-49, E-50M in the centre there. Looks like he's threatening. Allies doing a good job on the hill, so he doesn't really have to worry about getting shot from the hill. That's the only time that this position can become dangerous, is if your team just gets absolutely stomped on the hill, and you end up having to try and take cover from the guns up there. Feeling a little bit lost at the moment. Not really got a job to do. There's a little bit of a standoff on this left-hand flank around the train tracks. So Konana just going to drop back and relocate. Especially on a small map like this, Himmelsdorf, only 700 by 700 meters. You can relocate very quickly and very easily with a medium tank. And especially when you are out-tiered by 2 tiers, that's really what you want to do. You need to use positioning to your advantage. Now, the enemy has absolutely flown down the right hand side and overrun everybody there, and you can see Konana just hanging around in the background, using the momentum of the enemy team against them as they come charging around the corner. He's able to land some shots on them. Now trying to decide whether this IS-7 and IS-3 are going to continue pushing down this road. If so, he can probably poke himself out, get one hit, and then have to relocate again. So we've got to play this very carefully, but it looks like they've decided to go elsewhere, which is going to allow Konana to move all the way up the road. Rheinmetall makes a run for it. Has a shot in IS-3, but didn't quite land anything. You can see they are being distracted now by the 5100. Tries to take out the tracks, but you can see that IS-3 is a very, very difficult tank to damage. Goes flying past him. Kind of sacrificing his friend in the Rheinmetall to take the hits, because obviously the IS-3 is just going to shoot at the softest target. He did a great job there of side-scraping with no cover. But then he gets taken out. E-50M, fresh from his victory on the left-hand side, came steaming in, but Konana had the reflexes just to eliminate him. Now they're on a little bit of the back foot. They were winning handily on the hill, but it looks like that is now swinging in the enemy's favour. And they are moving in from all sides. That's 2 very quick kills there. Taking out the E-50M and the E-51 after another. And it looks like the immediate threat has been dealt with. So it's time to take a breath, have a look at the minimap and see what is left. There is still some tanks on that left-hand side around the train track. It looks like that Pershing is playing it far too carefully, considering this is a tier 10 fight, and he's only tier 8. So the job now, if you're quick enough, is to get up onto the hill to help out the allies, as they aren't faring so well up there. It looks like the enemy teams concentrate a lot of their forces on that location. It looks like by the time he reaches the north here, Konana's going to be way too late to get up onto the hill to help out. Still going to go for it though. You can see the heavy tanks and the light tank there probably going to push down on the other side. Now, Kanana had two choices here. He could either spin around, head back down Banana and try and head them off, put some damage into his side. But I think the decision he's made here is he sees that there was a Lorraine 155 with the enemy team on the hill. So 9 times out of 10, that Lorraine 155 is going to stay on the hill. And if he stays on the hill, then Kanana is going to be able to take him out. Not just the Lorraine 155 either. You can see there's the Object 261, the GW Tiger. They are apparently not on the left-hand side as the MX-1390 hasn't been able to find them. So at least 1 or 2 of them may be on the hill. You can see there is the GW Tiger. He's going to be way too slow to be able to do anything about this. Looks like a T-34 did stay behind to help out. But he's going to be no match for Kanana here. Just going to be a couple of quick shots to take him out. Probably going to take some damage from the T-34, but it looks like the T-34 doesn't quite know how to shoot, apparently, as he's unable to do any damage to this medium tank. Even if he had been able to do damage, though, this is one of the major things you need to learn in World of Tanks is conserving hit points. The longer that you can conserve hit points for, the more effectively you're going to be able to trade in the late game. If he'd traded away way too many of his hit points earlier on in the match, there's no way he would have been able to just confidently charge down that T-34. As if the T-34 had landed a single hit, he would have been able to just remove him from the game. Whereas because he's played so carefully early on and kept so many of his hit points, he's been able to just come around the corner and charge him down confidently, knowing he can take the damage. Same again with this base capture. There's a couple of them in the base cap circle, but he knows that he can just come around the corner and confidently take 2, possibly even 3 hits. And you can see, got to repair his turret ring there. The Pershing's going to charge him down in an effort to try and throw him off his groove. But like I said, he's played so well to begin with in this match that he can afford to take these hits, and he knows it. And he can come out on top. Distract these guys while the AMX-1390 goes around the side. Does take a little bit of damage from the Pershing there. Elects to go for the 5100. The MX-1390 is still alive, so even if he does fall here, he can rely on his ally hopefully to mop this one up. But no, he gets the Pershing for a well-deserved Top Gun medal. Now it's going to be a case of trying to take out the AMX-5100, which he can do, and that is kill number 7. And that just leaves the Object 261. So this was a prime example of how to conserve hit points, playing passively but not very passively, as he was still racking up damage and racking up kills early on in the match. But as you can see, he conserved enough of his hit points so that when the chips were down and there were 3 tanks capping the allied base, he was able to just come around the corner, sacrifice 1,000 of his hit points to just wipe out the rest of the enemy team. And if he'd given away too many of his hit points early on in the match, there's no way he would have been able to confidently do that. A single shot would have been able to take him out. That was absolutely brilliantly played there by Kanana. Just going to speed this one up a little bit until they find the Object 261. I don't really remember who finds him, as the rest of the game... Nope, there we go. Looks like the Object 261 has just passed through the Allied cap circle. So the 2 tanks going to speed in to try and take him out. He was a little bit slow to the party. The MX-1390 doesn't really want to get blasted in the face. To be honest, if the Object 261 plays his cards right here, he could take out both of these Allied tanks, both of them being on low health as it is, and the Object 261 having that massive cannon. The MX-1390 trying to stay alive. He gets taken out, but now Kanana knows that the Object 261 is going to have a very long reload. Hopefully... Oh, there we go. The 1390 had gotten 2 good hits into him, so Kanana should just be able to come around the corner, take him out, and that'll be a well-deserved Radley Walters medal if he can find him. Should be on the left-hand side here. He is indeed. This is going to be an easy shot. And there we go. That is the victory. So absolutely awesome game played there by Kanana, picking himself up 4,000 points of damage, 8 kills, a well-deserved Radley Walters medal, and really showing what a tier 8 tank can do in a tier 10 battle without just resorting to cold spam. So absolutely brilliantly game played there by you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget, guys, if you've got yourself a great replay, send that into replay@screenreality.com. The link for that's in the description. Just attach the replay file itself or the link to the What Replay website to the email, and I can check that one out for you. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, you found it useful, informative, you learned something, or you just thought it was fun, think about hitting that subscribe button, because there's a lot more World of Tanks content on this channel. I have been Maxwell, this has been a World of Tanks replay, and I will catch you guys next time.